Well, good afternoon and welcome to another weekly segment here. My name is Ron Crivoloni. I'm the president of the Smoky Mountain Wedding Association. We are a nonprofit organization located in the Great Smoky Mountain region here in Tennessee that encompasses Sevier County, which is the cities of Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, Seymour, and Kodak. We are ranked very high for destination weddings, also honeymoons, vacation, and romantic getaways. Each week, as I mentioned when we first started this, we're going to highlight different members of our association to let you know exactly what we do and who we are that can help you with any needs you might need for planning a wedding, vacation, and so on. And so this week, we actually have a unique service that we're highlighting this week. You think Smoky Mountains, of course, you can think nature, you can think hiking, zip lining, whitewater rafting, tubing, and so on. But you never think of taking to the skies of the Great Smoky Mountains and getting a different view of it. So today we're actually here at the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge Airport, which is located here in Sevierville, and I'm here with Mark Hightower of Biplane.
All right. Well,
How are
thanks
you?
for coming out.
Sure.
Good.
Now, if you've never, let's say, been up in a plane or a smaller plane, this is a two-seater, or it's actually a very unique and very fun experience. It gives you such a different view of what the Smoky Mountains are and how beautiful it actually is, and to actually be up there and feel the wind in your hair. So this is actually one of those segments that I'm looking forward to, finding out more about why this is something you want to do when you're in the Smoky Mountains. So Mark, please tell me a little bit about what made you come up with this.
Well, originally I read a book called Illusions by Richard Bach, and
Mm-hmm.
it was about some guys traveling around the Midwest, landing in fields and hopping rides with a biplane. I thought that just sounded like such a cool thing to give a try.
Okay.
And the real thing about it was, giving people an experience that they wouldn't be able to get in another form.
Okay. Now, how long have you been a pilot?
I've been flying out for about 16 years,
Wow.
and I have about 4,000 flight hours and over 1,000 taking people for rides in a
So
biplane
you're
like this.
a very experienced pilot then. This is.
I'd like to think so.
Okay. What is one thing that I see the plane here. I mean, if you look at this, it's a very beautiful plane, sightseeing tours. What's the one thing that you want people to get out of this whenever they call you and say, "Hey, Mark, we'd like to make an appointment to fly"?
It's a different experience. Rather than being enclosed in a cabin, you're actually sitting out in the open, and you get to, different thing you can't do in a tour bus. You can smell the Smoky Mountains. Sometimes you'll smell a little wood fire or the trees or different things while you're flying, and the feel of the wind and everything while you're flying.
Sure, that makes sense. Now, one thing I can say is that myself, I am very much afraid of heights. So whenever I try and do something to kind of get myself out of that fear, I'll try different things to do. My wife and I did this about 3 weeks ago, and I thought I would be one of those people to freak out as the plane started taking off and you're getting higher and higher. I had no issues. And if you see, it is an open cockpit here, and the wind does blow through your hair, and you just get a great sense of wow. How long has Biplane been here in the Smoky Mountain region?
This is my 5th summer here in Sevierville.
Excellent. Now, do you find that you get a lot of people here? Are they on vacation? Is it part of their honeymoon being here? What's the
I get a
experience?
little mix of everything. A lot of people do it for their wedding anniversary of all
Okay.
things, birthdays. Locals love it as much as the visitors do. I have had one proposal in the airplane, which was kind of unique. We got up there about 1,000 feet or so, and the guy got on the intercom and proposed to his wife, and she said yes.
Excellent. I imagine that would be something that'd be very special for you to be a part of as well.
Oh, it is. Anytime I take people up on this kind of experience, it is.
Okay. And as he mentioned, when you're up there, you actually wear headphones. That way you can communicate with each other because it is open air cockpit.
That's correct, yes. And it's for hearing protection. The engine's quite loud.
I gotcha. Now let me ask you this. Do you have a favorite tour or something that you really say to people if it's their first time and they have some hesitations? What are things that you do to reassure them?
Um, it's safe. It's safe. The safety record, if nothing else. So, they're just aviation in itself. A lot of people just have a natural fear of flying, so they look
Sure.
at this as being more dangerous than other things. But really, it's a lot safer than a lot of things that you could do in this area. Um, uh, and it is an FAA certified aircraft.
Mhm.
It goes through regular inspections and maintenance schedule. So
Okay.
and even though now this is not a replica, this is an authentic 1927 biplane, but
Wow.
it has been lovingly put through a restoration, and is pretty much in like new condition.
Okay. Okay. So someone's coming to the area and they say we want to do something unique. How do they get a hold of you?
A couple of ways. The best way is give me a call, 865-742-2359, or look on my website, skyhighairtours.com. That's probably the best way. All the history of the airplane, the prices for the flights, and all that, and the location, how to find us out here in the airport.
Sure.
A lot of people come here don't even know there's an airport in the area, so that it helps to find it on Google Maps.
Okay. Now, going back to saying you've been a pilot for 16 years, so I'm sure then you've had the opportunity to fly many different places. What makes the Smoky Mountains special for you to do this?
The biggest thing is the mountains and the views. Just look look over here now. We're looking up at Mount LeConte and the Smoky Mountains, and it's just gorgeous up there, and the scenery in the area. And it is kind of unique to look at some of the things that you've seen on the ground and then see them from the air as well.
Okay.
We also go out over Douglas Lake, which is kind of real pretty, flying over the lake
I bet
as,
that
as
would
much
be.
as the mountains. The fall months. Oops. Are we losing things here? But
Oh, no,
anyways,
he's just doing
okay.
it.
The fall months are just spectacular.
Okay.
Seeing the colors from up in the air and the trees. When you see the fall colors from the ground, the sun is kind of behind it.
Right.
When you're looking at it from an airplane, the sun is behind you, and it's lit completely different, and it's so
Okay.
much more spectacular.
That would make sense. So, do you have something that you'd like to say to possible future people who are planning a trip here to the Smokies as to, like, hey, come check me out type of thing? What would you like
Well,
to say?
The thing of it is, you've been up in the air, so you know
Yes.
what it's like. It's hard to describe to somebody exactly what it's like
Mhm.
flying. You really just need to get in the airplane. You need to go up and
Sure.
experience it for yourself. This airplane in particular, as opposed to other aircraft, like I said, being out in the open, I think it takes a lot of the fear away. You don't
Sure.
get that claustrophobic feel,
You're right.
and the open air and the wind in your face, it helps a lot. Like if you're a little worried about it being bumpy, that extra cool air blowing in your face kind of keeps the queasiness down.
I agree with that. And you said that was skyhightours.com?
Skyhighairtours.com.
Skyhighairtours.com.
That's correct.
Okay, great. And once again, if you'd like to know more about the Smoky Mountain Wedding Association, of course, visit our Facebook page or visit our website at smwba.com or SmokyMountainWeddingAssociation.com, as each week we'll continue to highlight more members and really let everyone know what the area has to offer on many different levels, not just from a wedding standpoint, but from a vacation standpoint, maybe romantic honeymoon, and whatever you might be looking for. So, Mark, thank you so
Oh,
much for taking the
thanks for coming
time
out.
this week. We appreciate it. And please visit his website at skyhighairtours.com or give him a call at 865.
742-2359.
Thank you again, and thank you for joining us this week.